This is episode 2305 of the Daily Meditation Podcast. I'm Mary Meckley, and welcome to Day 7, the final episode in our series we've been exploring. This week, it's been all about feeling safe in the world. And perhaps no other place does it quite as well as they do in Denmark, especially with the art of hygge, which we've been exploring all week long with the book by Miek Wiking, the Little Book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Living Well. And in today's episode, you'll be guided to feel more at peace. And I'd love to hear from you and to hear a little about your hygge journey. If you send me a direct message to the Sip and Om Instagram, I will be sure to respond back to you. And also, I would be so grateful if you left a rating and review of the podcast. Let me know how your meditation is coming along. I share meditation every day because I know consistency is key to receiving the benefits of meditation. And I wonder how you're doing with your own ritual. I want to start this series by sharing a beautiful message I received yesterday when I was watching the sunset. You can also see my sunsets that I share on my stories on Instagram. Watching the sunset for me makes me feel safe because it makes me feel like I have a better perspective on the world. As the sun goes down on another day, I realize that things aren't so bad. Watching the waves reminds me of the rhythm and flow of life and the different cycles nature goes through and the different cycles we all go through in our lives. And the world also goes through cycles. Times of peace, times of disruption, times of great technological advancement, times when it seems like we're going backward in our progression. So this message that I received from your fellow meditator comes from Lynn in Beruit, Lebanon. I'm a photojournalist, and this past year here has been so difficult between the protests, the explosion on August 4th, and the pandemic. I came across your podcast a few months ago at a point where it was becoming practically unbearable to sit alone with my thoughts at night. I would listen to your podcast obsessively to get myself out of that space, and I can't explain to you how much it has helped me. I feel like you're my companion, and I could get through it all. Thank you for sharing this gift with the world. May peace be with you. Lynn, thank you so much for your beautiful words. They really touched me, and my heart goes out to Lebanon and the explosion that I know you're still recovering from. And I remember, in fact, when that explosion happened very clearly, especially since our former neighbors, and they're also good friends of ours, are from Lebanon. And I just remember the grief they experienced when the explosion happened. And I remember at that time thinking, I wish I could do more. I wish I could do something. And so when I received your message, Lynn, it made me realize that I was helping in a small way if you found some solace in the podcast. And this is really something that's pretty fantastic in regard to how interconnected the world is. And when you consider the concept of hygge, there are different times when someone or some book you're reading or something will lift you up when you least expect it. So I encourage you during this time of pandemic and wherever you live try to find places that to you are more hyggelige, where you feel at peace, where you feel safe from the outside world. Lynn mentioned that it was so difficult to sleep at night. That's when your thoughts seem to race down upon you without the worries and cares of the day to distract you as you get ready for sleep. And so listening to something inspiring is also a way that I calm myself down. There are certain podcasts or audible books. One of them is Lord of the Rings. Whenever I listen to Lord of the Rings, which I've listened to many times, I feel at peace. I feel transported to another realm, and I also feel really cozy. I like it when they describe what they're eating and just the ins and outs of their day as they go on this amazing adventure. So do this for yourself, especially during these times. Rely on those inspirations around you. So as you settle yourself down and get ready to meditate, we'll take a look back over the week, doing what I consider one of the most important techniques of all. That is a weekly reflection. This is when you begin to observe and notice how you're living your life. So as you settle down with a straight spine and your eyes closed and gently elevated upward, begin to notice where you're holding tension today. Gently release this tension. You might use your breath with each inhale and exhale through your nose. See if you can encircle this tension with your breath, loosening it up, easing it into a better place. Now visualize yourself in a cabin in the woods. Visualize there's a warm fire glowing, and you are seated comfortably on a big overstuffed couch or sofa, and you have a few of your favorite people all around you. You are sipping hot cocoa or some hot drink that makes you feel cozy. There's candlelight illuminating the room and all the windows. You can see it flickering, casting a soft glow around the room. Outside, you hear the wind howling. There's a storm. You hear leaves whipping on the trees. You are snug inside. Enjoy this feeling of coziness where you're safe from all that's going on in the outside world. This is your shelter from the storm. Now reflect back over your week and think of the times when you felt hyggelige, extra cozy, when you felt a real connection with someone, or you felt very peaceful and snug in your own little space. Celebrate these times. Now reflect on your week and recall those times when it was hard to feel comfortable, or maybe someone you were with was irritable or angry, and just notice how you felt. Notice when maybe you were not at your best. No shame or blame, simply awareness. And think about what you might do differently. Celebrate these lessons learned. You'll make your life so much better from mistakes you may have made. Now allow yourself to sit in stillness in your cozy cabin in the woods with the storm roaring around you outside. I have so enjoyed sharing this week's series with you. May you stay hyggelige and know that you are so worth slowing down for.